Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of SimplyMagic. And in today's episode, we're going to be diving a little bit further into Botania, but before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about getting going with Thaumcraft research. And one thing that really will make it a lot easier is to combine Aqua and Terra manually, because as far as I know, I'm sure there's some easy way to scan for Victus, but it's not something that's really readily available. But once you do that, that should open up pretty much all the other stuff. Arbor, Herba, you can scan the chicken wherever that chicken. I hear a chicken around here somewhere. Here, chicken, chicken, chicken. Where you be? I know you're here somewhere. I can hear the chicken. I just can't see the chicken. I don't know, but it is getting late. Let's take a little bit of a sleep here, and then we'll dive into Botania a little bit. And I'll keep doing my Thaumcraft scanning and things as we move along, and, you know, continue to do stuff. Ooh. Need to study spirits. Need to study things that move. I think, actually, if I remember correctly, scanning a trapdoor will be the thing that moves. And that actually opens up some new stuff, like the wooden door, right? No, tools. I still need tools. Can I scan the shovel? Ah, it ran away. Try again. Can I? Nope, need to study man first. But anyway, so you can do stuff like that. And you just kind of, once you've got Victus, you basically just go around and scan everything that you possibly can. To get as much of every aspect as you can get your hands on. But today I want to dive into Botania, as I said. So, we started it a little bit last episode. We managed to get a Pure Daisy and a Petal Apothecary set up, but we don't have any mana right now or any way to generate mana. So that's what we're going to get in this episode. We're going to work on that. And I think what we'll do... in order to make the Pure Daisies that we need for the quest, we need yellow mystical flowers. And I've kind of searched the area around here, and I haven't found any. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make ourselves the mortar and pestle right here, or pestle and mortar. And that's basically a bowl, some planks, and a stick. So let's just grab... that stuff, and a steak, and I believe this is bowl, right? Yeah, there we go. So we'll just go ahead and make one of those. Now, what that's going to allow us to do is basically take mystical flowers and grind their petals into dust. Let's see. So let's grab maybe some of these cyan ones, because we have like 1 billion of these things. Let's just take like 5 of them. Take those petals, throw them in with the mortar and pestle, and we'll get floral cyan powder. Let's actually do 1 more. There we go. Now that gives us 12. And then what we can do is we can combine that with bone meal in a crafting table, like so, and that will give us floral fertilizer. Now, floral fertilizer can be used... Ooh, this is not a regular skeleton. This is a bad skeleton. This is a really bad one. Okay. Did we get him? We got him. Whew. And now, the floral fertilizer is pretty useful because what you can do with it is grow new mystical flowers. So there we go. We're getting, as you can see, other mystical flowers that we don't have a bunch of already. Now, we need to get 3, I believe, 3 yellow ones. And that's gonna take a little bit because I don't have any. But that will be the first step in us moving forward with Botania. So let me get some of this stuff done, guys. Let me get some more. Oh, also, let's go ahead and open up our treasure together. What do we get? We got pants. We got a ring of protection. That's actually kind of useful. I'll take it, I guess. And then a kind of useless potion and some coins. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make up some more of these. and I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I finally got the last yellow mystical flower that I think I need. So I went through quite a bit of floral fertilizer, and we got a decent amount of all of the different types of flowers, so it could have been a lot worse. Just a really good way. That's just a really good way to kind of get the flowers you need if you can't find them out in the wild early game until you can get into like a Jaded Amaranthus. So let's take a look at the Daybloom, which is this guy right here. And looks like we need yellow, orange, and light blue mystical petals. So let's go yellow, orange, and light blue. There we go. And then I'm going to need some seeds as well so I can actually make this guy. And last but not least, I'm going to need a bucket. So that should be everything I need. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and make our yellow petals. Let's go ahead and make... Let's make 4... No, let's make 3. Let's make 3 of these guys. We'll probably need those petals for other things later. So we'll go ahead and fill this up. And I'm thinking we'll just go like this. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. And then there's a hotkey for... there's a way to, like, instantly reload. Right-click with an empty hand. There we go. So check that out. And that gives us 2. And then finally... 1 more. There we go. So that gets us our 3 Dayblooms that we need. Now, it is getting late, so I think we should probably take a nap. So let me get some stuff together for the next step, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, guys, I am back. So we've got our mana pool over here, and we need to figure out where we're going to set up our Botania stuff. I'm thinking for the time being, I'm just going to set it up right here, because this just seems like a pretty good spot. So let's put down a mana spreader right here. And let's drop down our 3 Dayblooms like that. Grab our Wand of the Forest. And that should start inputting mana into this mana pool. Now, we should have just completed another quest, I believe. Yep. Under Botania. And that would be this guy. And we can either get a reward bag or 5 more floral fertilizer. I'm thinking we'll go with the reward bag and hope that we get something useful. 4 cobwebs. Totally should have gone with the floral fertilizer. But the other thing, too, is that now that we have a little mana in here, we have this Black Lotus, and we can throw that guy in there, and it will actually add a little bit of mana to the mana pool. In newer versions of Botania, it doesn't add a huge amount, but in older versions, there was a smaller mana pool that has pretty much been removed because it's not useful anymore. It's really not useful, and it would entirely fill the smaller mana pool. But we also have some more Dayblooms that we can put down. So let's drop those down as well. The Nightshades, I think I'm going to hold on to for the time being. Because I don't really need them right this second, and they might come in handy later. Let's take a look at Botania again and see. We can do mana consumption, so we need a diamond for that. And then we've got Botania Thaumcraft support. Thanks to Thaumcraft Botania Exoflame, the Exoflame now supports the Alchemical Furnace and Alchemical Boiler, and also adds comparator support for cake. Okay, interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and consume that. I'm not sure. As your collection of flowers grows, it becomes increasingly tiresome. Okay. But I think our next step is probably going to be this mana consumption. We're going to need a mana diamond, and that is probably going to take a while to get, because this thing, Dayblooms, they're pretty slow. They're pretty slow indeed. So I think what we should do is we should just skip right into an Endoflame, which is this guy right here. And that's going to require mana powder, which involves throwing gunpowder, redstone, glowstone, pretty much any sort of powder into a mana pool. And then it also requires red, light gray, and brown petals. So let's grab all of those various types. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of these guys. We'll do that. And then we can also take these unused petals right here, grab our mortar and pestle, and that's what we'll throw into the mana pool to get our powder stuff. I forget what it's called. So we just toss that in there. Mana powder, that's what it is. And toss that guy in there. So now we've got 2 mana powder. And then we've got some flowers, some flower petals here as well. And then last but not least, as always, we'll just need some seeds to use as a catalyst. So let's see here. If we come back to our petal apothecary, let's fill that guy up. And we'll go 1, 2, like so. And a mana powder. And then bam, a seed, and we've got ourselves an Endoflame. And then we can just do... Oh, what am I doing? We can just do the same thing. Hey, no, not the bucket. The seeds, silly. There we go. And we can just fill that guy up. So that gives us 2 Endoflames. And what Endoflames are, it's another generating flower that generates mana, but it generates mana way, 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 way faster than those will. So that's going to be really how we're going to get the majority of our mana from here on out. I also happen to have an overgrowth seed. And what an overgrowth seed will do is significantly boost the power of a generating flower, or it can make a passive flower like these last forever. These will actually decay after a few Minecraft days, so they won't be useful anymore. But I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll use the overgrowth seed on this enchanted soil, and I'll place an Endoflame on that. Then we'll go ahead and bind this to the mana spreader like so. And then I'll toss a piece of coal on there, because the Endoflame basically uses anything that can burn, whether that's a piece of coal, log, any of that kind of stuff, to generate mana. And it works pretty well. So we'll put the other one here. Like, come on now. You bind to you. No, and you bind to this. There we go. Okay, now I think we're good. And I'll toss a piece of coal at that guy as well. And I'll toss a piece of coal at him. And at him for when those expire. That should generate us a reasonable amount of mana. It's not going to be a huge amount. Like, that thing is not going to be full or anything like that. But it will generate us enough that we can actually do some stuff with our mana, which is good. That's really the goal. Now, where is my HQM book? Here we go. All right, let's take a look. So we need a mana diamond, which means we're going to have to find real diamonds. Then we've got Mistcraft, Blood Magic. We could get into Blood Magic as well. A Blood Altar and a Sacrificial Knife. Let's take a look at those real quick and just see, because some of the stuff in Blood Magic can really make Botania easier. Oh, but we're going to need a diamond for that too. So I'm thinking diamond is really going to be... We got to find some diamonds. That's really the thing. Also, between episodes, I did manage to get some obsidian. We now have 14 pieces of obsidian, enough for an enchanting table and enough for a nether portal. So that's definitely a good thing. Let's see here. And I found a bunch of iron. I got a whole bunch of iron as well. I'll show you the cave, because we're actually going to have to head down there, I think, in just a second. But let's make a couple of picks. Probably not 4. That should be enough right there. I think this'll do. Iron. Yeah, iron can go in there. And I organized my chests. Oh, and that reminds me as well. In the last episode, I was looking for a dolly. And I will say I am recording this episode pretty much immediately after the last one, so maybe there wasn't an amazing amount of facepalmage going on, but I realized pretty much like 30 seconds after I stopped recording the last episode that I actually had 2 dollies in my chests from when we moved from the original village to here. So, yeah, there was definitely some facepalmage to be had, at least if you ask me. It was pretty derpy indeed. And while we're out and about, we might be able to find some things to scan for Thaumcraft as well. So I'm going to head down to the bottom here, and I'll meet up with you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back, and I just wanted to show you the mines kind of come out right here. Like you can see the staircase. This is the staircase that goes all the way to the surface. I carved out a little room here so I can put some furnaces and stuff like that down here if I want. Some storage. And then you come over here and you hit a cave almost immediately. There's a lava pool here, and there's this whole big cave system down here, which is how I was able to find all the iron, which is great. Super, super good for us. And there's definitely some of it that I have not yet fully explored because I pretty much ran out of torches. So, let's see if maybe, hello, iron. I need you. Iron is going to be one of those things that I can never have enough of, because we're going to need it for Manasteel, we're going to need it for Thaumium, we're going to need it for all sorts of things. And I heard stuff above me right here. Was it this one? Yeah. And there's a pretty significant cave system up above me, too. And I think that's the one that we're going to test out, or check out a little bit. So let me get some building blocks just so I can pillar up there. Let's see. That should probably be enough, I would think. And let's just pop on up and see. There we go. And I'll leave that as cobble just so it can be found later. Okay, so that looks good. Now, there's all sorts of stuff around here. There's coal, there's stuff from Ars Magica, spirits. Interesting. There's, I think this is from Botania, this blue shimmering mushroom. There's lava. There's, that's what I was looking for. Water-infused stone. That gives me vitreous, which is a crystal, which means I can now scan all the ores and ingots and things like that as well. I also want to get the lava, and then I want to plug that hole. And then over here, we've got some other things too. I don't particularly want to try and jump over that. I don't foresee that ending very well. Let's see, can I... Oh, wow, that got me a whole bunch of different stuff. I'll take that too. As I said, scan everything. When it comes to Thaumcraft, just scan everything you can possibly scan until you can't scan anymore. But we're down here. We're not quite at diamond level. Like this, at least I don't think we are we? No, we're a little bit above diamond level, but parts of this cave certainly go to diamond level. So we're going to kind of peek around a little bit. We'll poke around, see if we can find anything good. And hopefully we'll find some easy diamonds, because easy diamonds are way more fun than difficult diamonds. Already scanned. Okay. And then up here, does this go back down? It's looking like it probably doesn't. Oh, hello, ravine. And lots more iron. All right, sweet. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to explore this cave a little bit, and I'll come back to you if I find anything good. All right, guys, I am back. And remember when I said I would come back if I found anything good? Well, I found something good. Please don't explode, or explode. Like, that's cool, too. I did find something good. Something very good indeed. So, check this out. Let's actually put a torch up here just to kind of prevent spawns. And abandoned mineshaft. Look at that. Tell me that is not a beautiful thing. And we're almost down at diamond level down here. I mean, we're not quite there. Oh, wow, we're at Y37. We came up quite a ways. But I'll bet there are parts of this mine shaft that head down to diamond level. So, let's do a little bit of exploring and just see if we can find any diamonds. I'm going to keep looking around, guys. We may also find some chests and stuff, too, which would be pretty cool. There can be some really good stuff in those chests. So, yeah, let me see what I can find, guys. I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I got some good stuff in the cave. I did find some more iron and some stuff like that. Oh, I made the Enderman mad. Oh, that was probably... Oh, I have no armor. I have no armor whatsoever. Come here, Enderman. I should be safe here, right? Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, but I'll take the Ender Pearl. Cool. I'll take it. Why not? Let's scan that thing, too. Anything cool? Ooh, alienus. Interesting. Anyway, so I think, ultimately, if I'm going to find diamonds, I hate to say it, but I have a feeling that I'm going to have to actually just branch mine down at diamond level, because that, the abandoned mine, as cool as it is, it doesn't seem like any part of it actually goes low enough that I might find diamonds. So, I'm going to do some branch mining, which is not exactly my favorite thing to do, but you know what? It's necessary for us to progress here, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll do some branch mining over here, guys, and I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. Check it out. We finally found ourselves some diamonds. Took long enough. Holy cow. I also found 1 diamond in a minecart chest in an abandoned mine. But let's go ahead and grab these up. And this should basically be all the diamonds that we need for a while, because this will give us enough to get an enchanting table and enough to complete that mana diamond quest. So we got 6 diamonds. I think it is now time to head back home and get out of here so that we can actually make use of our shiny new mana diamonds. Part of the problem is I got to figure out how to get out of here. I think it's this way. If I follow my... Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this should lead us back to the mine shaft. Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head home, and I will meet you there in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and we did pretty well in our mining expedition. We got, oop, that's not what I want. We got a decent amount of stuff in here. We got a whole bunch more iron and gold. We got some more random stuff there. I did find some melon and pumpkin seeds as well, so we now have those. But the big thing I want to do is I want to see if we can get our hands on a mana diamond. Now, I don't know if there's going to be enough mana in the pool for us to... Did that just eat both of them? I feel like it... Oh, they both took. Okay, so it can grab from that far away, really? Wow. Okay, cool. Anyway, so to get a mana diamond, all you gotta do is throw one in the pool, and it looks like we did have enough mana in there, so that's awesome. So that should give us another quest we can complete. Here we go. And this basically just talks about how the mana pool can transform certain materials, like diamonds and iron ingots and stuff, into other materials, which is great. So, the good news here... Ooh, all sorts of food goodies. The good news... Now that we have this up and running and we can generate mana relatively quickly, we can make Manasteel stuff, and we can make a lot of Manasteel stuff. So, I think what we should do, first and foremost, I'd like to turn some of this ore, this iron ore, and get that processed into other stuff. However... Before I do that, let's just take a quick look. Is it this? Yeah, here we go. Encyclopedia Aura. I just want to look at Aura crystals again. Green, twice as much throughout the day. So that's, and since we pretty much are only going to be working out there during the day, that's really the best crystal we can get. I've got a mystical green flower, so we can make green... dye. Let's just do 1. There we go. And then I've got 8 aura crystals, which we can put in a crafting table, like so. And then we've got green, which is great. So let's split half of those into each. Actually, let's do... This one already has a bunch of aura in it, so let's put the rest of it in here. And that should allow us to pretty much smelt up all of this stuff. Let's just make sure that's going. There, it's getting power. It's starting to get power now. We've got... Yeah. Good. Wait. Why is that? Oh, these things are too close together. Okay. Let's put all of those back here. Hopefully that'll be far enough away where this thing won't mess with them, because we don't want to smelt it into ore. We want to double it into ore dust first. So I guess we'll have to throw it in these corners back here behind the items, which is a little unfortunate, but that's all right. It's not a big deal. Okay, why am I putting that in there? That's not where that goes. All right, let's just get ourselves organized a little bit. And I think we're going to want to generate a considerable amount more mana as well. So let's throw all that in there. And then we'll throw 2 pieces of coal down so that those will keep going. Okay. Now, as I said, as I said, why am I throwing the glass bottle? The glass bottle is not going to do me any good. We now have the ability to get Manasteel, which is basically iron ingots thrown in here. And we can use that to make armor, because right now we are kind of in a rough spot as far as armor goes. So I'd really like to get some of that going. Let's see here. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. All right, so we can make a chest plate. I have a feeling that these are going to have to wait for a while. Let's go ahead and make a day so that our aura cascade stuff generates faster, and so that our Dayblooms actually generate mana as well. All right, so as I said, this is going to take a little while to generate, guys. So let me get this. Oh, no. I think it can actually burn the mortar and pestle. I think because it's made of wood. I don't want that to happen. So anyway, let me feed these for a while, guys, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. While I'm waiting on that, I was just thinking, why don't we go ahead and make ourselves a enchanting table as well? Let's see, we need 1 book. There we go. And let's make one of those. There we go. Beautiful. So, now I don't think I've got enough books. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough books to make like a full enchanting setup. But at least I've got enough to kind of get started here. Is that all the coal I have? Have I gone through that much coal? Wow. Wow, I really did. Ooh, we actually might not have enough coal to get enough Manasteel here for all of our purposes. I need a total of 24 Manasteel ingots. So, if I turn the rest of these into Manasteel, that should be enough to make a full set of Manasteel armor. Let's see. And we can do... I mean, we're not quite there. We're not quite there. We've still got 7 to go. And I do have coal blocks on those Endoflames, so hopefully we will have enough. But I'm definitely going to have to go gather some more coal here pretty quick once we get some enchanting stuff going. But anyway, just wanted to bring that little update, guys. I'll be back with you in just a little while. All right, guys, I am back, and there was the last one. So we now have 24 Manasteel ingots. That should be enough to make a full suit of Manasteel armor, which is awesome. That means we now have some semblance of armor and protection, which makes me a lot more confident doing adventuring things, because I can't get killed by a creeper in one attack, which is definitely good. Now, there also is certain bonuses that this full set provides. 10% less mana cost, which is pretty cool. Some things like that. But really, I'm just glad to have the protection at this point. So we've got Manasteel. We do have more mana generating as well. This is going to generate at least a bit more. But I do need some more coal before I can really do anything else. I do have smooth stone being cooked up back here. And I do have all of this stuff being turned into dust, so that we can, get that going too. But, that's all just progress. I think at this point, though, guys, I am definitely out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.